Hi, my name is Eric Olson, Director of HELPS. This brief video is going to address the question of what do I do if I get a 1099-C from the IRS, specifically as it pertains to seniors. What a 1099-C is a notice that is given to the IRS, a copy goes to you from a creditor that has written your debt off as uncollectible. And the C stands for cancellation. And the way it works is that debt is deemed to be income, and in certain instances, taxes would have to be paid on that debt. There's a lot of misunderstandings about a 1099-C, especially for seniors and especially for lower income and poor seniors. And I want to clarify that right now. So, if you do get a 1099-C, you can file an IRS Form 982. And 982 1B, that could be checked, that if it says that you are insolvent. In other words, that your debts exceed your liabilities. If you're insolvent, then there is no tax liability. Also, if you filed a bankruptcy, but for most seniors, if they have debts that exceed their liabilities, then they're technically insolvent and there'd be no tax. I'm going to give you some practical experience on this too. If you're not required to file taxes and you just get Social Security and you get a 1099-C, it's been our experience that the IRS will never follow up with you and say you need to do something. But if you ever did, if you ever got a notice, then you can always file a 982 later. But if you're not required to file taxes, you're probably never going to even hear from them. Sometimes people, when they fill out the 982, they may make mistakes in this manner. They may not count all their debt that they have to indicate that they're insolvent, or they may overvalue their assets. So what does it mean when you're insolvent? So what it means is, like, if you've got $50,000 worth of property, let's say a mobile home or a car and a little bit of furniture, but when you count up all the debt you owe, maybe what you owe on the mobile home, maybe what you owe on the car loan, and owe on the credit cards, even past due credit cards, even the 1099-C debt that you owe, the one that was written off, you add all that up. If that's $100,000, then $100,000 is more than $50,000. You're insolvent, and there's no tax. But let's say, for example, there would be a tax. Even if there is a tax, in most cases, lower income and poor seniors can qualify for non-collectible now status with the IRS. On our website, we have forms and actually articles on how to apply for a non-collectible now status. We represent seniors nationwide in order to stop collector harassment. So many seniors don't realize that Social Security, pensions, VA benefits is all protected income. It can't be taken from them. It doesn't need to be used to pay old debt. But if they don't pay old debt, creditors can call and make their lives miserable. Under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, a federal law, it provides that if a person is represented by an attorney, collectors may no longer call or send letters to that person anymore. And that's what HELPS does. We represent seniors and disabled persons nationwide in order to stop collector contact. We also want to educate seniors and disabled persons about their financial rights. And that's why I'm doing this little video about 1099-Cs. We have articles on our website, www.helpsishere.org, or you can call with questions. But just because you get a 1099-C doesn't mean that you automatically have to file a tax return. The IRS, especially on lower income seniors, will never even follow up with you on it. Hopefully this answers your questions about a 1099-C. If you go to a tax preparer and you bring them the 1099-C and they don't mention 982 or they don't know about it, and they try to tell you that you're going to have to pay taxes on that, then I suggest you go to a different tax preparer that knows what they're talking about. We always tell our clients, if they're ever told that they have to pay on a 1099-C, that they need to contact before they ever submit a tax return indicating that. We've seen in the past a lot of seniors and persons have to pay, that have paid taxes on a 1099-C when they simply didn't have to. Unfortunately, there's a lot of tax preparers that don't know about a 982. You need to keep that in mind. But the bottom line is you probably won't even have to file the tax return if you're a lower income senior. Okay, if you have any questions, you can always call us, 855-435-7787. You have a great day.